In New York, when it rains, we have a serious problem because the rain goes into the storm system goes into the sewer system. When there's a lot of rain in New York, the whole system overflows, and as a result, raw sewage flows right into the Hudson River. We have a terrific water delivery system in New York City. We do not have the opposite side of that system working as well as the delivery system. We get in New York 4 feet of water a year. Rain, snow, sleet. On a normal year, it's 4 feet of water. We have designed our buildings so that we're going to capture all of that storm water. We are going to capture it in a number of, take it from the high roof, from the low roof, from the area of the sidewalk that's in our property line. We're going to add to that water from the sinks, from the steam condensate. We're going to heat our building with steam. When you take the energy out of steam, it turns into water. We're going to add also to that the condensate from the air conditioning system. When an air conditioning system works, it takes humidity out of the air. We're going to take all that water and slightly treat it, and we're going to use it to flush toilets and for the cooling tower makeup. Cooling towers work on an evaporative process, and all the other buildings in New York use potable water for that resource. So this water that we're just evaporating into the air. When we started the design of the excavation, our geotechnical engineer said that we were going to be heroes in the neighborhood because as we would have the lowest cellar for many blocks, we would solve all of the water problems in the adjacent building because the water seeks the lowest level. And indeed, at 4 Times Square, which is the adjacent building, had a water problem. Not anymore. And he said that we would, he calculated we would need 3 sump pumps working pretty much full-time, pumping hundreds of gallons of water a minute into the storm system. And you know where I'm going with this. You know partly where I'm going to go with this. So we said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to pump that water into our water storage system. But before we do that, what's the temperature? Do you think the temperature of that water is going to be? And he said, well, 57, 58 degrees. So I looked at Scott Frank and I said, hey, can we use that temperature? He said, sure, we can use it with a heat pump. And it would probably, and he did some quick calculations, it would be enough to heat and cool the branch bank of Bank of America. So the bank would be heated and cooled by this waste product that is coming into our site. Not that we want it, but we're going to use it, not only take the thermal value from that, but also use it to flush toilets. Our building is the first building to get a building permit to put in waterless urinals. This, by using waterless urinals, we will save 3 million gallons of water. In the abstract, that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's taking half-liter water bottles and putting them end to end from here to San Diego. We're going to save that every year. It is a very simple system. It is a porcelain fixture with a cartridge at the bottom that has a chemically inert blue liquid that is lighter than urine. The urine slides down the sides of the urinal, goes under this blue liquid to prevent any odors, and goes down the trap into the sewer system. The New York City Department of Environmental Protection, which regulates water usage in our city, thought that the measures we were taking were fantastic. We're saving about half the water, half the potable water of a typical office building, and they're going to reduce the cost of water by 25%. So their bill was cut in half to begin with by the work we did with our engineers. It's cut another 25%